Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1956 Royal Quiet De Luxe vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Got a glossy green paint finish. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This allows you to load the page in straight. I like to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is this main roller. This is the paper support arm that flips up from the back, and this has magic margins. Right now the margin on the right is right in the middle. So we're going to hold the carriage release, which is behind this knob on the right, and push that button down on the top right. At the same time, that's your magic margin. It allows you to put it all the way on the edge. We're going to set it right there. So now we have the right margin all the way on the end. And if you wanted it back to the middle, you just set the carriage in the middle and then hit the magic margin, and it'll send that margin magically to that spot. Same concept with the left side. Right now it's on the edge, but if you wanted it closer to the middle, put it right there on the carriage where you want it. Push the left top button and it'll set the margin there. And this, on the left side, you don't have to hold the carriage release, you just hold the button to make it closer to the edge. There we go. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line. Switch from black to red. There's a switch up top here on the right. Flip it to the left side. There's a red dot there. Very nice typing machine. Very easy to type on. You don't have to press hard for these to print. The font is unique too. Compared to most typewriter font, this is a little unique. I'm not sure the name of it. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You just flip it down and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. We're gonna flip this down for now. So I didn't show you how to use the line space because I was able to type all the keys on one line. Because this has Elite typeface, which prints 12 characters per inch, you could fit more letters on a page. But when you hit this line space, it also sends the carriage back to the beginning and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip that switch forward 1 and it skips 2, 1 more, skips 3. That works good. We're going to keep it on single for now as the default. Shift on each side. Shift on each side and the shift on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the top left. That works good. Open the hood. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right. To switch the direction, there's a little switch here, and you can just play with that. And now, if you push it to the left, it'll pull to the left. If you push it to the right, it'll pull to the right. We want it to keep pulling to the right, so we're going to keep it there. This is your touch control, and you just push this down a little bit, and you can move it. The farther right you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You got to hit them a little harder when you have it on high tension, but they respond faster, so you can type faster. The farther left you go, you don't have to hit them as hard, but they respond slower, so more advanced typers would play with that. I like to have it on low touch because I'm used to typing on a computer. Tab on the top right. This has a manual tab set. If you flip this top panel back, you can see them back here. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tabs, and you just push them down and move them just like this to set them. And there's a scale back there to tell you exactly where they are. And when you hit the tab button, it stops at each one of those. That works good. MR stands for margin release, or actually this one has spelled out a little bit more, Marrel. So you get to the end of the margin, and it blocks the keys from printing, so you just hit that margin release if you need to finish a word at the end. That works good. Carriage release behind this knob here works good, very smooth. And this is the back side, so you can see. And if you needed to set, if you wanted to set the margins by hand, you can still do that too. If you just flip this panel back and reach in there. Carriage release on this side. And this button here, if you push it in, it'll disable the spacing when you turn the knob, so that way you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go. Each one of those clicks is one space. And the same concept, usually they have one up here. Here it is. You flip this switch forward and it'll disable it completely. Flip it back. Each one of those clicks is a space. Works great. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.